Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Chatting with Chargle. The mic is back where it belongs, and that place is in my hands. Having it on the mic stand is just not as enjoyable. It's not as interactive as actually being able to use it not only as an audio capturing device, but also, part of the magic. I use it to express myself, to show you a different way to appreciate the words that I'm saying. For example, when I go like this. Not possible when the mic is on a stand. So I'm glad that it's back. And who knows, I think I might be switching between mic on stand, mic in hand, based on the intellectual level of what I'll be talking about. So last video made sense. I was doing a big analysis, a very thoroughly researched presentation on one of my favorite albums. And this week, I'm talking my shit again. I need to get something off my chest because it's become a phenomenon that has taken over my life over the past 2.5 years. Ever since I moved out of my childhood home and into a new structure of my day and my life. After I finished school, I went to a ballet training program where essentially you just do ballet all day, every day. And this was the first time that I had gone from like a student, actual like K through 12 public school student to a full-time dancer. Of course, I'd always been dancing, but that wasn't the thing that I did all day, every day. And I'd done things like summer intensive that kind of like mimics this schedule that I currently have. But those were always just for the summer, like 5 weeks or so. It was never months at a time. So when this finally happened, when I finally changed my schedule and started dancing all day, I realized just how tired I would get. Exhausted, some might say. And all I could physically do when I got home was lay in bed. So that's what I did. But then it got to a point where I was anxious to like leave the house after I'd gotten home from dance at like 4 p.m. I would be anxious to leave again because I don't want... Let me make sure this is actually recording this. Okay, good. My thing didn't look all the way plugged in, so I got anxious that it wasn't recording with the mic. And what good is having the mic if I'm not recording with it? Anyway, I would get anxious when I wasn't at home on a school night, as I still call them, which is basically just like days when I have class in the morning. And I didn't like do anything fun during the week. I would just go home and watch my newly obsessed show on my laptop. And that was it. And that was like basically the life I led until like my second year. I got more into like hanging out with friends and doing low-key stuff during the week. But still, like, I didn't do anything. Like, even weekends, even Sundays, like, you would think, oh, you have a full day off, but I would think, no, because I have ballet on Monday. And then on Saturdays, too, where it's like, that's another, like, full day off that I had. I would be resting before I would rest on Sunday. It was intense. My nose is so itchy, and I think there's a booger in it. Give me, like, 3 seconds. Okay, that was more than 3 seconds. There was no booger. I was just really itchy. Anyway. Okay, we're going to move past it. But this year, I have 3 roommates, which means I have more moving parts in my daily life. And it comes to a point where, like, I sometimes have to leave the house on a school night. And I am so reluctant to do so. I will, like, be angry that I'm leaving. But then I'll go out and I'll come back and I'll be like, that was fine. I'm still home with time to, like, sit and rot before class tomorrow. And I actually did something productive or fun. Or both. And I don't know if I care to change. I really don't, because I love sitting, laying, being horizontal, and watching television, movies, reading books. Not just like, oh, I don't want to do anything, but I genuinely love thinking about it, dissecting it. Why did the director choose this specific set for this scene? Or like things like that. Like, I love just sitting and picking things apart. Character motives, characterization. Like, people, this is why I love Gilmore Girls so much, because there's so many character relationships. But we're not talking about Gilmore Girls today. I'm on season 6 now. Like, I was on season 2 literally like yesterday. Heck, you guys remember. You were there. Now I'm on season 6. Anyway, but I genuinely love just like sitting and like watching and consuming media, because then when I get to ballet class, I'm like recharged. I can talk to people. I can be fun to be around. And I also have like the mental capacity to work hard and to like actually be there and pay attention and be present. But like, then I get home and I always want to get to this place, this serene, blissful existence of no more jobs. Let me explain. In James Acaster's comedy special, he talks about how before you go to sleep, like, you think and you shout, no more jobs, because you have nothing left to do that day. All you have left to do is sleep. And that feels really good to know that you have no more jobs. Until, like, your partner rolls over and they say, hey, can you give me a massage? And then suddenly you have jobs again. But anyway, I took this to heart. So my mission from when I get home is to get to a place of no more jobs as quickly as possible. So that means making dinner, consuming dinner, cleaning up after dinner, packing my lunch for the next day, showering, like, doing all the little things that I need to do before I can just like sit and rot and watch TV and like be done. And like, I get to a territory of like, I could go to sleep right now and nothing would be wrong tomorrow. That's always where I'm trying to get. And I feel like since I've moved here, I've been going to bed a little bit later, but also, even though, okay, I'm gonna be so for real. Where I live now is only an hour different from where I lived the last 20 years of my life. But I swear to God, the time change messed with me so bad. For like the first 3 weeks, I was all turned around. And you're thinking like an hour, it's nonsense. I had a friend that moved, same situation, 20 years in Eastern Standard, and moved an hour earlier and like was just fucked. So I don't think I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. I am crazy. But yeah, I've been going to bed a little bit later and waking up and feeling kind of normal. And also, funny thing, if you have an iron deficiency and you take an iron supplement, you feel better when you take the iron supplement than when you don't take the iron supplement. Crazy new phenomenon that I just realized. So all these times my mom was like, did you take your vitamins? And I said no. It wasn't because she just wanted me to do like some extra nonsense. It was because they were actually going to help me. But I will say the amount of pills she was making me take was absolutely absurd. But I can deal with like 2 pills in the morning, especially when I can directly feel the effects. And also my pee is a little bit more yellow/green. But don't worry, it's normal. So I hear. If it's not normal, please tell me. Anyway, let's see. I don't know if I wrote down anything in my notes app of things that I wanted to chat about next time I saw you. Oh, I did have this idea for chatting with Chargle called Not So Simple Pleasures. We'll talk about them now. So a not so simple pleasure is essentially, people have simple pleasures, things that are easy to do, that they enjoy, add a little brightness to their day. But I've noticed a lot of the things that I enjoy are not as simple, as straightforward as going outside and taking a walk. Some of them require multiple steps of preparation. This will make sense a little bit later. Not so simple pleasures. Number 1, bringing a glass and or mug places. Putting liquids in receptacles that are not convenient to travel with. One of my not so simple pleasures. I roll up to ballet class every day with a mug in hand. How I got to the studio with the mug in my hand, don't worry about it. But I'm there, posted up, 9 a.m., mug in hand. But also it's like if I have a specialty liquid, whether it be tea, that goes in a mug. But for example, the Trader Joe's spiced apple cider, I don't like putting that in your run-of-the-mill water bottle. No. That needs a glass, a capital G glass, okay? This is special drink, trademark. This can't be going in some squirty little Gatorade water bottle. No. This is an event, and we need to treat it as such. I'm actually going to fix the frame a little bit and put my leg back up because I miss it. Another thing, a lot of these are tea related. Another not so simple pleasure that people will not agree with me on this, green tea. Literally, from the bottom of my heart, sincerely, fuck green tea. Because every time I'm like, I could really go for some, like, a light tea, not too fruity, but not too, like, bedtimey, not like a chamomile, like, ginger lemon nonsense, not too fruity. I think it's green tea time. It's very specific times that I'm craving green tea, but green tea is so fucking sensitive and so fucking temperamental. I have another thing to talk about, but it's so hard to make because the water has to be a very specific temperature. It needs to be a lot cooler, little known fact, than like when you're brewing your black teas, for example. But also you can't leave the tea leaves in the hot water for too long. Now, this is very hard to achieve when you have a loose leaf tea, when sometimes it falls through the strainer and into the bottom of your cup. How do you get those teas out? How do you get those little tea leaves out without making the drink? I'm making no sense. How can you... My point being, if you do any of these steps wrong, it is the most bitter, disgusting, nasty fucking tea you'll ever drink in your life. So temperamental green tea is. But at the same time, I keep trying. I'm like Sisyphus in the rock, trying to push it up the hill. It's awful. That's me drinking green tea. But I need to tell you guys about something. You'll just notice I dropped the F-bomb a lot. And I used a lot of profanity in that last statement. I was curious about something, so I looked it up. Statistically, people from Maryland curse the most out of people from any other state. I'm just representing where I'm from, to be completely for. I think it was like 60 words per 1,000 was a curse word. That's like half of half. Nope. Charlotte. That's not true. Okay, wait. Half of 1,000 is 500. And 5%? 1%? If someone wants to do the math and tell me what percent, look at the study, someone commented below. I'm done with this. Not so simple pleasure, dirty chai. Lots of these are tea related. A dirty chai requires so many things. Now, the way that the dirty chai was invented was actually a mistake. Haha, how do you think they got Reese's peanut butter cups? Fuck that. My new reference will be to a dirty chai. Oh, how do you think they got to the dirty chai? Because this guy ordered an extra shot of espresso and something, but then the person accidentally put it in chai, or they thought he said chai, and he drunk it, and he was like, this fucking slaps. And now, anytime I'm at a coffee shop, I'm going to think of him because I love a dirty chai. The flavors just complement so well together. And especially if you get it iced, ask them to put a layer of cinnamon on top. Delectable. Delightful and delectable. I don't know if you just saw that fly flying across my camera. Oh, there he is again. And now it's on my mic. Oh. Anyway, but a dirty chai requires a lot of things to make. And also, if the people who made the original chai tea, which was like a black tea. I swear to God, I will fight you. Which was a black tea infused with like spice, lots of different spices. Like ginger was a big prominent one, cinnamon. If those people who invented that, could drink the monstrosity that people call a chai latte, they would be on their knees begging for the sweet release of death, because I feel like we're so far from the original plot of the movie. How did we get from chai tea to the chai latte to now a dirty chai? Keep in mind, I drink all of these, okay? I'm a firm supporter of not only the chai latte, but the dirty chai. But, like, when I'm making them in the morning with my roommate, like, I brew the tea, he brews the espresso, and then, like, you have to add the milk. And then I also always add stevia to whatever I'm drinking, tea related. But, anyway, another not so simple pleasure. Watching things on my laptop. I talked a little bit about this before. Once I get to know more jobs territory, I am glued to my laptop like a fucking iPad baby. It's bad. I'm a Gen Alpha when it comes to my laptop. I will carry it around with me. I cook dinner watching things on my laptop, listening to things on my laptop, even if it would be easier to listen or watch it on my phone. I prefer doing it on my laptop if I'm home. It feels decadent. And even like, I'll connect my AirPods to my laptop to listen to music when I'm at home, not my phone. Actually, that's probably a lie. A little bit of a lie. If I'm in my room, it'll be my laptop. But if I'm out in the kitchen, it'll be my phone. All this being said, I love watching shit on my laptop, but it's a little bit hard to carry around sometimes. You know, it's at a 90-degree angle. You have to have the crook of your arm handy, or at the very least, be able to palm that. You know what I'm saying here? Give it the pizza treatment. So it's hard to bring around places, but goddamn, do I love it. Is it worth it? Yes. Yes, it is. Another thing I love, meeting someone who lived where you're from. Now, it's very hard for me here. It's not so simple, because not a lot of people here are from Maryland. There are quite a few people from Virginia I have met, but they're all like Southern Virginia, and they got that Virginia accent as well. But when I was seeing Cinderella, I met someone who lived in Potomac. And when I tell you, I just about broke down and cried, because it's just to know that this person has some sort of fundamental knowledge of you means a lot, even if you just met them. And you have some sort of fundamental knowledge of them. Like, I don't know, it's just like bonding with someone without having to say any words. It's very nice, and I really enjoy it. But it's been sad that I don't have anyone that lives near where I live. Yeah, so not so simple pleasure, meeting someone who lived where you lived. Another one, now I am just also thinking about my best friend Bim, because it's her birthday today. But another thing, one of my simple pleasures, Tea Time Tuesday. Tea Time Tuesday was a podcast that I loved, Bim hated, and JC and Grayson were there for. Where essentially we would improv a scenario each week where we had to make up a reason why we were meeting in this tea shop. So one time it was a Holes book club. Another time it was after our friend Syphilis's funeral or something like that, where basically we'd come up with the premise, come up with characters, and then we just like have a little improv moment. And I ate that shit. I love that shit so much, and I miss it every single day. Every single day I miss Tea Time Tuesday. So I'd want to bring it back. I would bring it back immediately right now, because the cover art for that shit was too good not to just throw away, not to just never do Tea Time Tuesday again. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And the last not so simple pleasure I have on this list is spending money. I love stimulating the local economy and doing something nice for myself, but alas, I have no money. And I would love to finish this off with a small anecdote. Over the summer, I did some dog sitting for one of my mom's friends. And at the end of it, she gave me a Visa gift card. Now, I wasn't in it for the money. I was in it to do something nice for someone. But hey, money. And because it was something that I would have just done regularly, it felt like free money. So she gave me a Visa gift card, and I thought she put like $50 on it. And I thought, like, you read the card and it says $50. I have made multiple purchases, all more than $50, if not totaling to more than $50. And it's still kicking. Every time I'm like, okay, this is the one where, like, it, commits suicide halfway through the transaction. I have to finish the rest of it with my debit card. Nope. Time has not come, and I'm nervous because I threw away the little package it came in that would have said how much money is on it, but I'm confused, and I hope you are too. But I think that's gonna do it for today. This was a good chat. A little bit of a 20-minute thing. I'm gonna tell you what I'm working on right now. I'm working on one video, and then I'm working on another video, but I have another video planned, and I just had the idea of a new video today. So 4 things are percolating in my head, and I decided to work on none of them and record me talking nonsense, just to have a little bit of something to give you. I'm just talking into the void. I need to stop this.